Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. This is your brother Sean Ali here at Supreme Health and Fitness by Sean Ali. And as always, family, I thank each and every one of you for tuning in and sharing some of your very valuable time and energy. And as always, I pray that this brief message is received in the spirit that I am striving to deliver it in, which is the spirit of your brother, the spirit of love, and of course, and always, in the spirit and in the name of God. Man, family, I pray that this brief message finds you in the best of your health, in the best of your life on purpose. And if not, I pray that you are soon on your way to enjoying the life that you want. And in that regards, I wanted to come and talk about creating a healthy heart, right? Creating a healthy heart. And this is important not just for this time, but we have to understand that the number one cause of death is heart related problems. So when we are looking at that issue, it's ways that we can tackle it and control it and prevent it that go beyond what we have presently available, meaning the food, because a lot of us, we are attacking or trying to solve the heart problems through food. But the heart involves more than food, right? So when we are looking at this, there are things that we want to understand. And number one, what is the first function of the heart? And the first function of the heart is to become oxygenated, that pulmonary circuit, that heart, the blood goes to the heart to get oxygen, comes back to be dispersed throughout the body. So now when we are looking at that, the number one function is to disperse oxygen, right? So now this involves your breathing, not your digestive system. So when we want to understand that the heartbeat involves that cardiovascular system, right? So when we are looking at our cardiovascular, it also represents our circulatory. See, so all of these fall under what we know as our heart, right? In the purpose of our heart. So when we are looking at the construction of your heart, right? You have the chambers. So on the right side, you have your right atrium and your right ventricle. This is your right ventricle. This is your right atrium. This is blood from your arteries. This side sends blood to your lungs to become oxygenated. This side, this is your left atrium and your left ventricle. Now, this sends that blood is coming back from your lungs, entering here, going into your aorta. And this is how you get that blood pump. This is your blood flow. So you have your arteries coming in here, bringing in that poor blood, that CO2, your waste product, right? Deoxygenated blood. It goes and it sends it to your lungs, right? To become oxygenated. Now, once that blood becomes oxygenated, it comes back to your heart through the left side, through your right atrium, your right ventricle, and this sends it through your aorta to your body. So that's the purpose of your heart. That is the number one function of your heart, is to provide that oxygenated blood to be dispersed through your body. This is how. Now, what disturbs this function? This is a mathematically precise function. Now, I asked two questions. Do you know your blood pressure? Do you know Do you know your blood pressure? Right? And why is this? See, now this is where the blood pressure comes in. When we're talking about high elevated blood pressure versus controlled blood pressure, because now you have your systolic and your diastolic. Your systolic is the amount of force and pressure it takes for your heart to push blood through your arteries. The diastolic, that's the amount of force and pressure it takes for your heart to fill back up with blood. Now, do you know your blood pressure? Now, your blood pressure, the numbers of your blood pressure, that's the significance of them. It is to know how much pressure you are putting on your heart. They call it the silent killer because the only way that you can know the amount of pressure you are putting on your heart is when you are feeling some type of imbalance, or if you monitor it. Listen, you can get your monitors. You can find them as little as $15 at Walmart. It's easy to go and find out how they are calibrated. Some of them your doctors can calibrate them for you if they are slightly off. But these numbers they represent the numbers of your life or your death. See, because when you are looking at it, the normal blood pressure is considered 120/80. But I'm telling you that does not produce a long lifespan, because they monitor and register your resting blood pressure. So this is the amount of force and pressure it takes to keep you alive when you are not doing nothing. Because when you are in action, your blood pressure goes up in response to your action. So when you are moving around, your blood pressure naturally will go up in response to make sure that you have enough oxygen to support your task. So when we are looking at monitoring your blood pressure, we monitor our resting blood pressure because we want to know how much force and power, how much energy does it take for my heart to keep me alive when I am doing nothing. Just like with your heartbeat per second. These are part of your vital statistics. Now, you also have, do you know, your heart rate? Do you know your heart rate? Do you know your resting heart rate? Now, the normal resting heart rate is between 60 and 80 beats per minute. This is your resting heart rate. Your normal resting heart rate is 60 to 80 beats per minute. That's what this world considers average and normal. But if you go and you have a resting heart rate in your 40s, your doctor will ask you what type of exercise do you do. See, when you do cardiovascular aerobics, when you do exercise, this helps you to control the force and pressure of your heart. This helps to control how your heart functions. So the blood coming in to go to your lungs is operating smoothly. The blood coming out to go to your body, it's operating smoothly. There's little force and pressure. This means that your heart can beat you into your abundant life. See, when you have an elevated blood pressure, this means that you are putting unnecessary wear and tear on your body, and it can wear out at any moment. Now, when you don't know your heart rate and you have an elevated resting heart rate, that's 60 to 80, no. Here at Supreme Health and Fitness, we teach you how to create that lifestyle to make your heart as healthy and strong as possible. And when you go to monitor your heart rate and your blood pressure, it will be low. See, don't listen to these people talking about it'll be too low to kill you. That's if you don't control it. See, we teach you how to control it. The number one function of your heart is to get oxygen. See, so if the number one function of your heart is to get oxygen. You control that through your breathing. So here at Supreme Health and Fitness, see, we show you how to breathe, how to breathe. See, we show you how to breathe to live, how to inhale your way into your healing, your health, your life, your power. See, because that is the basis of life and death. Because if your heart stops and they can't revive you, they will consider you dead. So your life and your death is based on your heart's ability to do its function. Its number one function is to get oxygen and to disperse it through your body. The number one function, it works in accord with your lungs, your cardiovascular system. It is your circulatory system. It is how the food and the beverage that you eat and drink is dispersed through your body. It's off of this, your heart. Here we show you how to create a healthy, strong heart, how to create a resting heart rate. See, we give you a target. If you want to improve your healing, your health, your life, you need your cardiovascular system. You need your circulatory system. They're talking about all of these vaccinations and these solutions and cures. If you take a solution for a problem, whether it's COVID-19, the flu, the cold, HIV, whatever you are taking that solution for, it has to be dispersed through your circulatory system. That's determined on the strength of your heart. How strong is your heart? Do you know your blood pressure right now? Do you know your heart rate right now? Are you killing yourself by wearing out your heart right now? See, if you don't have a monitor here at Supreme Health and Fitness, one of the first things we do, our clients have to get monitors because you have to monitor yourself. Your blood pressure, these are your numbers. They are specific to you and your lifestyle. They are the numbers of your life, or they will let you know that you are approaching your death. They call high blood pressure the silent killer, meaning if you don't monitor it, you won't know it's killing you. It hits you. Then you have a very limited window to be saved. Do you know your heart rate? Do you have an excessive heart rate right now? Are you beating your heart to death? See, when you have a high heart rate, that boom 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 boom. See, you wearing out your heart. You're not giving these valves time enough to open and close. This is the valve. This is your right atrium, your right ventricle. This is your arteries. This is the blood coming in to go to your lungs. So you want to make sure that your body has a nice full pump. Boom, 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 boom. See, you want to make sure that your heart, that your atrium in this tricuspid valve is opening and closing proficiently. This is your mitral valve. You want to make sure that mitral valve is opening and closing proficiently, right? Easily, peacefully. You don't want to boom, 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 especially when you are sitting still. See, so when that blood that's coming from your lungs and it goes into your left atrium and then it's pumped into your left ventricle and then it's going into your aorta. So you want to have that a nice, peaceful, relaxed pump. You don't want it to be chaotic. Boom, 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 boom. See, your heart can't last that long. But that's up to you. Do you know your blood pressure? Do you know your heart rate right now? Let's just start with those two things. And if you get control of those, you will change the rest of your health, your wellness, and your life because your cardiovascular system will be working efficiently, your circulatory system. So now you won't need as much food and beverage because now your circulatory system is working efficiently. So that food that you're eating, it's being adequately dispersed. It's being proficiently dispersed, effectively dispersed throughout your body. So you don't need an abundance of food because what you are eating is getting through. Man. See, here at Supreme Health and Fitness, we just want you to know. I understand that because of the conditions that we live in, and we aren't given solutions on how to change our own lives. We're getting herbal solutions, supplemental solutions, pharmaceutical solutions. We're getting all of these external solutions, but they aren't the problem. The problem is my lifestyle. You can only be as healthy as your lifestyle. How you eat is just one portion of your lifestyle. If your blood pressure and your heart rate, that's controlled by your breathing. Listen, if you check your numbers, if you monitor your blood pressure, right, and it goes up, let's just say it's up 140 over 90, right? Now, if you're at the hospital, what do? They don't give you blood pressure medicine. They don't give you no herbs. They don't give you water. They tell you to sit down, hold up, sit down. And they wait 20, 25, 30 minutes. And then they monitor it again. Because when you're sitting still and relaxing and breathing normally, your blood pressure is supposed to naturally lower. It only raises when we move it. When it raises in response to your thoughts and your actions. So when you are sitting still and thinking peacefully, right? Your blood pressure, you're not doing nothing. So your blood pressure is supposed to naturally lower. I can show you how. It's your body. You control that. Man, listen to me. You control it through your thoughts and your actions. Your breathing is an action. If you breathing like this, your heartbeat, boom, 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 boom. If you're breathing like this, your heartbeat is boom, 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 boom. See, that's up to you. You just have to know how. Here at Supreme Health and Fitness, I don't want the power. I want to take the power and put it where it needs to be, where it's supposed to be, in your hands. Because it's not my life or death. It's not life or death. It's your life or your death. And as your brother, I have some science that can possibly help you save yourself. And I just want to share it with you. Man, listen to me. So if anybody you know needs some help, heart disease is the #1 cause of death. Let me share some of my information. I was born, this is your mitral valve, your mitral valve. I had what they call a prolapse mitral valve, meaning that, or AKA a sloppy valve. In my heart, the blood coming from my lungs, the oxygenated blood, when it goes into my right atrium, this valve that sends it into my left atrium, the mitral valve sends it here to be going through my body. It doesn't open and close all the way. At the age of 19, I was in the Army. I was in Aberdeen Proving Grounds, Maryland, right? It's a little base that they have up there. And we had just came back from PT. We were running 4 miles that day. And soon as we got back, we were doing a little cool down stretches. I passed out. According to them, because I wasn't there, they had to resuscitate me. I remember waking up on the ambulance because they had put a nitro pill in my mouth. And I don't know if you have ever experienced that action, but it is a rush. So all I remember is, whoo, and I remember this white guy grabbing me and holding me down, telling me what had happened to me. I spent the next 3 weeks in the hospital with all of these monitors to me. I was 19 years old. I'm 47 now. Listen. Your brother is 47 now, and I can move something, not because of what they done. It is because I changed my lifestyle. I gave my body what it needs because your body is designed to heal itself. It's designed to perfect itself if we allow it, if we give it what it needs. So I just want to share with you the things that I learned from my college education, from my own experiences. And listen, it works, family. So listen, thank you for tuning in. You or anybody you know needs help, contact us. I'm your brother, Sean Ali, here at Supreme Health and Fitness by Sean Ali. And I leave you in the greeting words of peace. I say, Namaste Hotep. Power to the people. Salam alaikum. Peace.